Hello my gorgeous cuties out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking my recent palette purchases. I'm going to try to do these videos more often so I don't have too many palettes to rank at once because it makes it a lot harder. But I'm going to go over each palette, give you guys like my final thoughts and tell you why I ranked them where I did. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bri and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. So if those are things that you like to watch, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. All right, my little love bugs, I am feeling myself today. Can you tell? Like, this look is everything. I love the combo with the top. I just actually filmed this look. I did a review on the new Heya palette from Itsbel, the collab with Angelica, and I just love this look so much. So it's like, I need to film another video because I need to not waste this on just one portion of a video. It needs to have its whole own moment. So I was like, you know what, let me film this palette ranking and go over. I have 15 palettes here. I don't have 15 slots though, some are going to be lumped together, but I want to talk about them, let you know why I ranked them where I did. Now my ranking is based on various things. It could be like versatility, color story, it could be about how likely I'm going to use the palette, or it could also be a quality issue, but of course I will tell you the reasons why as we go. So I think we should just dive right in. So the bottom of the ranking is this right here, and there is no quality issue with this. I think it's just the color story and the versatility on this one. This is the Icee Cherry palette from Glamlite, and I think it's good. Like, the quality is nice, pigmented, blendable. It has nice little sparkly shimmers in here, but it is just so redundant. Like, there's just so many shades that look very similar, and like once you put it all in the eyes, it's just gonna end up looking the same. A lot of these shades have like slightly different tones, but on the eyes, they're gonna look the same no matter what you do. So I wish maybe they put a little bit more variation, maybe like a matte white, maybe like a pastel pink, or maybe they just should have made this into like a 6-pan palette, so we didn't need all these extra shades. Like, maybe if you did this, I think this would have been enough. I think this would have been a cute little monochromatic ready pinky palette and we would have been good, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? So honestly, I just don't think I would reach for this very often unless I was in the mood to do a red look, which is not very often that I want to do a monochromatic red look. So I don't know how much I'm going to reach for this. Probably like when I'm looking for like one red or burgundy shade, I'll pull that out. So that is why it's at the bottom. So then the next one, which a lot of people would probably disagree with me because they're ride or die for this brand. So the next one on the ranking, which I know a lot of people would disagree because there are many people that are like ride or dies for this brand, but this is the Pat McGrath times Bridgerton, and this is the Mothership Diamond of First Water. So the reason why this is so low is because I don't think it's worth the price. Honestly, I don't think you get your money's worth with this. This only has 6 shades. And it's like, what, $65 from what I remember? So that makes it like $10 a shade, honestly. And it's pretty underwhelming. Like, I don't think I get anything better than I could get from like any indie brands that I love. Like, this shade is pretty, but it's more of a topper. I mean, it does look stunning. It looks pretty like when you swatch it out. And I think like the mattes are nice. These two are more like satins. I wish that they were just matte. I did like the look that I was able to create with this and like the looks that I've done after. But honestly, it wasn't like a $65 palette kind of look in my eyes. So that is why it's where it's at. Mainly because of the price. That's why it puts it so low. It's not really a quality thing. It's overhyped, okay? I honestly don't think Pat McGrath's eyeshadows are that good. I know a lot of people would kill me if they heard me say that. I just think it's very overhyped, and I feel like Pat McGrath does way better when it comes to like face products, complexion, cheek products. But eyeshadows, it's just like, yeah, they're nice, but it's not, you know, that kind of price nice. Anyways, let's go into the next one. I could go on forever. So then I have this Olori 3 palette from Juvia's Place. This one is a very neutral palette with like a pop of blue. I've used this quite often actually. Like, I used all these shades and then I would put this in the inner corner to have a little bit of interest. Thought the looks turned out really nice. The quality is there. And overall, this is pretty cohesive. Like, you have your depth, you have your mid-tones. You can actually use this as an inner corner. I do wish maybe like they had included one like lighter shimmer like replaced one of these and then it would have been perfect, but this is just very neutral and I don't reach for neutral palettes very often, so this would definitely be more an accent, or if there's like a day where I'm not feeling the whole colorful vibe, which is not very often. Like I normally like to be like this. I'm extra. I like to just be wham bam in your face, so I just wouldn't use this as often as I would use like a colorful palette. Then the next one, and this is also low because it's overhyped and way too expensive. This is the Mcgrath Bronze Seduction palette. I've used this like 3 or 4 times. I thought the looks were pretty, but it wasn't $125 pretty. Like it was nice. The mattes are very pigmented and blendable. The shimmers are very sparkly. These are all like toppers. It has this like one dual chrome, which it's pretty, but I swear I could get this from a Cleona shimmer. I could get this from Davina. I could get this from Oden's Eye. I could get this from Kaleidos. I mean, the list could go on, and they are so much more affordable than this palette. So I just was like, ugh. Kind of wish I didn't buy it. It's one of those regret palettes. Like it looks so pretty, so many people hyped it up, and I was like, I have to have it, and it's on sale. And honestly, I don't even think it was worth the sale price. I think maybe I got it for $80. This to me is more like a $60 palette in my like not so humble opinion, as Angelica would say. It's all right. All right, going on. These are all lumped together, but these are the Juvia's Place I Live, I Love Ice palette, the I Live, I Love palette, and the Olori 2. I like these all equally. These are all going to be accent palettes. I think the quality is really good in all of them. Like if I'm looking for like blues and like sapphire shades, I would pull this any day. If I was looking for reds and mints, I would pull this too. These just aren't like standalone palettes for me, as well as if I wanted like periwinkle vibes. So I feel like the same about all of these. Then the next one, which this is a neutral palette, but there's something special about this neutral palette and the quality is amazing. This is the Oden's Eye Verdandi palette. You look at it and it's like, oh yeah, that's a pretty neutral palette. But you can actually make your look super vibrant with this, or you could be really smoky. Like if you use this and then use this metallic all over the lid, it's like a very brown metallic, you can make a very smoky look. Or if you use this shade right here, which is called Vibrant, and in the pan, it's like, oh, okay, it's a nice little red. But when you like swatch it out, it is a very bright tomato red. And if you use this in the look, your look will come out quite vivid and not so neutral. Like it is an intense red matte. Quality is amazing. And it just added something a little extra special. So this is just not your everyday neutral palette. Plus the shimmers are really pretty in here. They're super sparkly. I mean, I just love Oden's Eye. I can't get enough. Like look at the little sparkle and this matte red. It's just so beautiful. Such a good matte red. It's hard to find a good matte red, and that one has one. Then going on, I tried a lot of mini palettes for some reason, but this is the Pretty Chic palette from Colored Raine. I adore this color story. It is so romantic and pretty to look at, and I think this is a very cohesive color story for a 6-pan palette. It has depth, it has midtones, it has 2 shimmer options. Quality was really nice. The only shade I had trouble with was this one, but you have to use it first. You can't go in with other shades before it or it won't really stick. It has to be put on like your primer, like at a tacky base. But once you do that, it was beautiful, and I just really loved how my look turned out. I think it's so pretty, and I think Colored Raine has a really good eyeshadow formula, and these 2 shimmers are so pretty. And like they have teeny little sparkles in them. Honestly, I don't know where to swatch things anymore. But they're just so pretty. Can you see those? Like look at those. So cute. I love this. And then the next one in the ranking is also from Colored Raine. This is the Wealthy Chic. And this gives me all the green vibes. The look I did with this was so beautiful. I love the grungy green tones. I like the options in here. It goes from dark to light. You have a light shimmer to use as an inner corner. You have this beautiful sparkly green to use all over the lid. Like I can do a complete beautiful green look with this. If I wanted like these kind of shades, I would pull it with other palettes. And the metallics in here are also really pretty. I feel like their metallic formula is just really sparkly. They're kind of similar, I feel like, the feel of the Glamlite ones, but come on. Do you see how intense those are? And this, you know, I can only really do a green look, but it was ranked so much higher because I love these kind of shades. I would use this palette probably a lot, and I thought the quality was really, really good. And then we're getting to what? The top 5? The creme de la creme. I love saying that. I don't know why. But I have this one right here. This is the Juvia's Place Olori one. This one was the best one out of the series. Now this is lacking a like light enough shimmer to use as an inner corner highlight, but I could always pull like something for the inner corner. But these two metallics in here were just so stunning, so shifty. Like, look at how intense that is. That is insane to me. So I really fell in love with this palette most of all out of all the little mini ones I tried. And the mattes are really nice in here. I like that they're like some grungy yellows. And I don't know, I can't stop staring at these shimmers. I just want to keep swatching them over and over. They're really beautiful, like dual chrome shades. This is the Butterfly palette from Sugar Drizzle. I really, really like this color story. It makes me happy to look at it. It makes me think of like Mardi Gras. It's just fun and colorful and really pretty. Now the mattes are a little bit more sheer. They're not like my favorite formula when it comes to mattes, but you can build them up. So as long as you can build up the shades, I'm cool with that. But the metallics are super pretty, super sparkly. And I did film a video with this palette. I'll link that up in the corner. I thought the look came out so beautiful, but it does have like a shifty shade. It has this beautiful like copper bronzy shade, these beautiful purples. Oh, they're just lovely. Like, I thought the formula was so good. Okay, I didn't swatch that last one very well, but they're just so pretty. Like, sparkles get me every time. Like, if you put an intense metallic in it, I'm probably going to end up loving the palette. So I think that was a really good one from Sugar Drizzle. And I definitely want to try more things from them. I just thought this was overall a really good experience with their palette. This is the Nomad Whistler Snow Lodge palette. I think this is one of the best palettes that they've done. I love the color story, the packaging, and there's just so many options with this. I see so many looks I could create with this, and usually Nomad doesn't have enough like deep mattes in their palettes, but they put five deep mattes in this palette, and they're like different colors, like a blue one, a black one, a deep green, a deeper brown. I just was so happy that they did that. Then the sparkly shades are so beautiful. Like, I feel like they've amped up their metallic formula. They're super sparkly and like intense. And they even have like these two shifty ones that both have a shift. They're dual chromes. They're really stunning. I'll have to swatch this one right here called Ski Bum. It's so beautiful. It's like a light blue to pink shift. I just have to show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see the shift, but that is like one of my favorite metallics in the palette. So that's why it's ranked so high. Like, they did good with this color story, packaging, formula. Now, Nomad's mattes are a little bit more sheer, but you can build them up. And you can get them to be more intense if you just layer it up a little bit, but they do blend really nicely. This is from Itsbel Cosmetics. This is their Flare Remixed palette. I've used a couple shades. I've swatched all the shades in here. They're so pretty. Like, they make the best metallics. I like this one more than the Dawn of Fall palette, or is it the Fall Dawn palette? I can't remember the name. That one had some issues with some of the metallics, but this one I think is on par with the Break the Rules palette, which that one will probably be always #1 for me. But these are so beautiful. Like, I have to swatch these, but do you see that? Do you see that? Like, how could you not love this? They're on the more flaky side, but if you use a wet brush and a tacky base, they can be just so intense, so striking on the eyes. I would pair this with like so many palettes. If I'm looking for like a really intense metallic and I want this kind of shades, I think these are great. And it is different shade options than what is in the Break the Rules and the Dawn of Fall palette. All right, hello, it is Future Bree. I was editing this video and I realized I totally forgot to include a palette in this ranking, but this is actually #2 in the ranking. So how could I forget something that's so high up in the ranking? But this is from Adept Cosmetics. face. This is the Amunet New palette, which is actually what I decided to put on my eyes today because it's so beautiful to look at. I just had to use it, but this is just stunning. This is Adept's version of a more neutral kind of palette. Now there is color in here, but they're a little bit more muted, a little bit more cool tone, but just beautiful. The mattes in here are really nice. They're blendable, they're pigmented. I feel like they improved their matte formula because it wasn't as pigmented like that in their other palettes, but this one is really good. So I'm glad that they're improving their formula, and the metallics are where they shine the most. They're beautiful, foiled, intense. They have shifty like multichromes in here, and then they have ones that are a little bit more flaky, a little bit more texture, but they're like so intense on the eyes if you use like a wet brush or your finger or a tacky base to put them on. So I wanted to swatch some of them for you because you have to see how beautiful these are. My hands are dirty because I was swatching things earlier, but like this shade right here is one of my favorites. This is the one that I have all over my lids right now. And then this one right here is what's in my inner corner. These are the like more chunkier ones. I'll show you guys. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh, I could just stare at this all day. And then this one is so beautiful. It's like green to like a pinky shift on this one. And then they have like the more like buttery, creamy, like multi-chrome formula in here too, which is so beautiful as well. Like, this one is like a really chocolatey metallic, but very, very pretty palette. So good. I like all the shades in here. So now let's get back to the regular scheduled programming. Then number one on the ranking, and it's a palette I was not expecting to fall in love with. Like, I was blown away when I tried this, and this is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics, the Dollhouse palette. This is so good. The formula is amazing. The mattes are pigmented, they're blendable, and the metallics are super pretty and sparkly. And this color story is everything, okay? This is so beautiful. This has so many options. Like, there's so much deep shades, there's mid-tones, there's light shades. I like how the palette is set up like with all the dark mattes, the mid-tone metallics, the like mid-tone mattes, the light mattes, and the light shimmers. It's really nicely organized, and even if you break it up, like it has completed color stories in case like you have trouble like putting colors together. It like helps you, like, look, perfect look right there. So I just think the setup and everything is really nice in here. Quality, everything beautiful. I was just so blown away by this. And I'm even considering taking this on my trip to Ireland as the palette I travel with, because I feel like this would be all I needed. Like, it has everything that I need. I could create so many complete looks with this. And for me to take a palette on a trip means I really love it, because this is all I'm going to be able to use on that trip. So I think I'm going to take it to me. That's how much I love this. But that is why it is number one on the ranking. And that is all my recent palette purchases ranked, how I feel about them, and all my thoughts. But you guys will have to let me know in the comments below what you think of my ranking, or what do you think of these palettes? Have you tried any of them? What are your thoughts? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy ranking videos, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all of the palettes linked where you can find them. I will also link any videos I have done with any of these palettes if you want to see them in action. I will make sure to link my makeup below too, in case you're curious on what I am wearing. And I will also have my contact and social media platforms there as well. Definitely check me out on Instagram. I'm at briclifestyle and at brici_beauty. So I would love to see you guys over there as well. But that was everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, for hanging out with me, for being here. I really appreciate it. But I do hope you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'm just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.